Warning, the following video contains subject matter which is very controversial, dark, and twisted. Please watch with viewer discretion. This is the only warning I can give. The following video is a movie update, but also contains a subject which is very disturbing. You have been warned. Thank you. Well, this news came out of nowhere. And by nowhere, I mean the 10th level of hell. Deep down in the bowels of hell, I say. We have news of a new Jeepers Creepers movie. If you don't know what Jeepers Creepers is, this lovely looking fucker behind me is the Creeper. Can we get a close-up on the Creeper? Can we do that at all? There he is. That's the Creeper. I don't know what he was doing there. I think he was looking at my mother. It's hard to tell. But that's the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. And Jeepers Creepers has so far got 3 films. If you don't know about them, they're very controversial, but not because of the matter in which the subject is in the film. No. Because of the director. Oh, you don't know who the director is? Well, let me show you. Here he is. Victor Salva, convicted child molester. Yeah. That's Victor Salva, director of Jeepers Creepers 1, 2, and 3. Let's get back into this. Victor Salva molested a child star. That was a star actor of one of his films called Clown House. Back in the late 1980s. I think it was 88. He was sentenced to, I believe, 5 years, and he served 6 months. He served 6 months, and then he got paroled. It was either paroled or he got on good behavior. I forget which, but he got out very early. One could say it's because he was a movie director, and that's why he used his Hollywood power to get him out. It's possible. That can happen, I guess. He went on, after his release, to work for Disney. Kind of a bad play on Disney's part. I don't know all the logistics of what happened there, but he directed a movie or two for Disney after he was released from prison for doing things with a child that he should not have been doing. I don't know what Disney was thinking, but I'm not in charge of Disney. But I don't know. And he went on to make Jeepers Creepers in 2001. It was a successful film. It made a lot of money. It made a lot of money. Because it's a very good movie. The Jeepers Creepers films are great films. They're amazing horror movies. Are great. They're amazing monster movies. Unfortunately, they're also directed by a monster that is more feared than the Creeper himself. But Jeepers Creepers is about a creature, a monster named the Creeper. That he comes out he's like Pennywise, because he comes out every 23rd spring for 23 days to hunt, whereas Pennywise comes out for a few days every 27 years. The Creeper comes out every 23rd spring, and he'll hunt and he'll feast for 23 days. Whatever part of his body he takes from you will grow on him. So if he takes your eyes, he gets a pair of eyes. If he takes your nose, he gets a nose. If he takes your tongue, he gets a tongue. If he takes your mouth, he gets a mouth. I'm not even going to discuss genitals because of the guy who made this movie. I'm not even going to make that joke. I hate Victor Salva extremely. But then people say, then Mikey, why do you watch the movies? If you hate the guy for what he did, then why do you watch his movies? Because I'm a person who separates a movie from its creators. I'm a person who separates characters from their actors. Like this, I hate Jamie Lee Curtis. I think she is a horrible person. My own personal opinion is because of how she feels about parents who show their kids horror movies. I think she is a bitch. But I love the character Laurie Strode. I do. And I can do that because I separate these two people. Jamie Lee Curtis is the actress Jamie Lee Curtis. Laurie Strode is Laurie Strode from Haddonfield, Illinois. The on-again, off-again brother of Michael Myers. I can separate Jeepers Creepers from its director, horrible monster Victor Salva, for when he dies needs to be sent to the 10th level of hell. Because I heard that's the worst type of hell. I can separate the movie monster from the real life monster. For some reason, people got angry when they put out Jeepers Creepers 3, even though his past was known well before then. Because Part 3 came out in 2017, direct to video. It spent one day in theaters at the AMC Theater, which got protests outside by a lot because of Victor Salva. But you could replace Victor Salva as the director. He doesn't have to be the director. But here comes the legal parts. Victor Salva, unfortunately, is the creator of the franchise, the creator of the entire idea, so he'll have to be credited some way, somehow, in the credits of the next movie. And they are now in development of Jeepers Creepers 4, which I knew that was going to happen anyway, because they announced they were working on a third and fourth movie at the same time. But it took them almost 12 years to make Part 3. And it wasn't because of Salva, it was because no one liked the scripts. I mean, Part 3 was originally going to be called Jeepers Creepers 3 Cathedral. But that's what this video is about, that they're making a fourth Jeepers Creepers movie. And for people who don't know about the films or Victor Salva, I had to explain that. And then I had to give my reasoning of why I watched the films, even though the director is a monster. That's the entire point of this video. And if you're wondering, why did you play a song called Jeepers Creepers in the beginning? Because that song is in the movie. In the first movie. The title is based off that song, Jeepers Creepers. Where'd you get those peepers? So, also, because if you hear that song, run. When you hear that song play, you run. So, of course, since I've seen all three films, of course I'll watch the fourth one. I like these movies. I hate, with every fiber of my being, with Victor Salva. I do want him to burn in the bowels of hell on the 10th level of hell. The worst level. It's up there with marriage. But I personally can separate who he is from these movies. And I am in full support of removing him as the director of any future Jeepers Creepers films. I really am. But because legal purposes, he has to be credited. Make him a producer. A small role producer. An executive producer role. Because when you're an executive producer, you can either have hands-on working with the film, or it can be an honorary title. Jamie Lee Curtis was given an honorary executive producer title in Halloween 2018, and she'll get those credits in Kills and Ends. Her part as being an executive producer was a honorary title. It was just thrown on there. She didn't have any real on-hand work on the film other than being an actress, playing Laurie and playing the crying of the baby that you hear in that film. Yeah, she played the crying of the baby. But if it weren't for the legal reasons, I would have him removed from the film entirely. But because he's the creator, he has to be credited, unfortunately. That's how the law works. It's stupid, I know, but what are you going to do? It's Hollywood laws. It's actually film laws that he has to be credited. If they don't credit him, he can sue the studio. they'll lose a lot of money and the movie could be shelved. And the films do have a fan base. He has no fan base. The films have a fan base. People love the Creeper, this handsome devil behind me. You look a lot handsomer than Victor Salva too, by the way. I'd kiss you if I could touch you. Oh, I should be making those jokes with this stupid concept. I shouldn't be saying that with who the guy is. But at least I'm saying it to a monster behind me. Also, if you haven't seen Clown House, you can watch it for free on YouTube. The film is the full film of Clown House is on YouTube. I've seen Clown House. The film itself is a great film, but because Victor Salva molested the star child actor of that film, it could be hard to watch for a lot of people. I had to really push hard to not think of the fact that what Victor Salva did. I had to really try hard to separate him from Clown House, just so I could watch that movie. And yes, it's about clowns. This is a horrible video I have to make because I have to talk about a film who has a director who did such a horrible thing, and then I've also got to defend why I like the movies. Because there are people out there say, well, if you watch these movies, then you like Victor Salva. And look, no, I do not like Victor Salva. If I could punch him in the face with a pair of brass knuckles, I would. I really would. But legally, I can't punch Victor Salva. As much as he does it, I can't do that. That's assault and battery. I'll go to jail for that. I don't want to go to jail. I like being at home. And then there's other people who... Then there are a few small amount of people who like Victor Salva who say, well, he paid his dues. No. He did not pay his dues. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison. He served 5 or 6 months. It's not justice when a man who's convicted to 5 years of prison serves 5 or 6 months because he's fucking famous. That's abusing your power. That's abusing the legal and the justice system. Victor Salva should have got to word this properly. Don't want to get in trouble. YouTube has things about that now. Victor Salva should have been taken someplace and put on a permanent vacation for what he did. We'll put it that way. For the trauma that he put a young child through. But I still watch the movies because I can separate what he did. When I watch the movies, I don't think of the director. I think of the actor playing the monster and the main cast. And the actor who plays the Creeper is actually a phenomenal actor. Because he plays this character so good, it's terrifying. The first time I ever watched Jeepers Creepers, I was young, and the film came out in 2001, and I would have been about 10 or 12 when I first watched it. All I know is it scared the shit out of me. But I was at that age where I was curious about horror movies, and I would watch them, and I'd watch them, and I'd watch them. Little snippets, little clips on the TV, on AMC, on their Friday night horror nights. I would watch them and be traumatized, have nightmares based off the small 10, 15 minutes that I watched altogether. And Jeepers Creepers happened to be one of those films. But that's the video for you. Would you watch Jeepers Creepers even after finding out what the director did years ago? Would you watch them would you be able to watch them if you can not think of what he did? And go away virus protection. Or do you think that the film should all just be destroyed and never watched again? Because here's the thing. I don't want to fund Victor Salva's pockets. So the DVD copies of the films I have, I bought them off eBay. So that money goes to the person selling the DVDs on the eBay store. None of that money that I spent goes to Victor Salva, since he takes a cut of the DVD purchases and stuff. Nothing that I buy related to Jeepers Creepers has money that goes that goes to Victor Salva. They go to third-party independent sellers. All of it. Nothing. Not one dime of my money goes to that motherfucker. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.